All right, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of my Robinhood portfolio. And as you can see, the portfolio is once again trending up nicely here. A $33 gain on Friday, and I'm sort of up on the after hours, but I just wanted to do yet another episode of my Robinhood portfolio. And as you can see, the graph here has been kind of a slow day. It started off kind of slowly once again. The market has just been really just up and down throughout these last couple of weeks. Every time news comes out, the market goes down. Every time some positive news comes out, the market goes up. So this is what you expect. This is what you have to expect when you are in the stock market. It's going to go up. It's going to go down constantly. And I think all of 2017, the market just ran straight up. And in January 2018, towards the end, we saw a correction. So that's what the market does. The stocks do not stay up forever. This thing can come crashing down at any minute, and you want to have some more money in your account so you can buy those dips. But anyway, I just want to talk about the portfolio. What has changed in my portfolio? What are the outlooks I have as far as like what I think stocks are going to be doing for the next couple of years, or maybe some swing trades here and there. But I just want to go on ahead and dive into this portfolio and talk about what I moved around. And we're going to go on ahead and we're just going to dive right into these stocks. So the first one on my the first stock on my list is Amazon, something that I had changed in episode 2. And Amazon has not been doing so well throughout the past week. I think they are down, but once again, I truly believe that Amazon is going to go to $2,000. I just think they're doing everything. They're getting into everything. I was reading an article the other day that Amazon bought GameWorks, and when I was a little kid, GameWorks was I took a trip to Vegas with my parents when I was a little kid, and I remember passing by GameWorks in Las Vegas, and it just absolutely blew my mind. I was like, wow! I just wanted to go inside that GameWorks and just see what's in there, see the culture. And and I was just reading an article just the other day, and it said that something about Amazon buying GameWorks, or they were planning on buying GameWorks for about $10 billion or something like that. So it's just great to see that Amazon is, once again, they're just buying up everything. They're sort of like experimenting on other companies, and they're in the food, they're in the e-commerce, which I really have strongly believed in e-commerce these last couple of weeks, and I sort of just made my portfolio towards the e-commerce game, just catering to this e-commerce game, because this e-commerce sector is blowing up, guys. I'm telling you, you cannot miss out. You cannot miss out on a stock like Amazon. I know they're really high right now, and some people might look at this stock and they say, hey, $1,500, they could be overpriced here. But again, you just look at what the stock does. They are into your whole life. You can just buy stuff online. You don't have to wait in a grocery store. You don't have to go to a retail store and stand in line and have to pick things off shelves and have to wait in these long lines like in Walmart or Target. But it's just so much convenient to have an Amazon. You can just buy toothpaste and soap, and you're at work and you can just get on your app, you can get on your phone and just buy this stuff. And then by the time you get home, there's a package just sitting on your doorstep, and you know what it is. It's that same item that you bought maybe like yesterday, and if you have Amazon Prime, it's going to come that much faster. Amazon is taking over the world. They are taking over everything. They're getting into your whole life, and that's where you want your money to be at. When a company as big as this, when their market cap it continues to go up. I think they passed Microsoft, but their market cap continues to go up. They're getting into your whole life. This stock is the reason why I put it in my portfolio, because this is a great long-term hold. So next stock I'm going to talk about right quick is Shopify. And Shopify, once again, is right into that e-commerce game. And if you want to make a business, if you're trying to make a small business, or if you're trying to generate some more revenue and sell stuff online, this is the stock to do it. So this is the go-to stock. They have great earnings reports. I know their market cap is a little small right now, but again, I just believe in this e-commerce movement. Is just so big. It's getting bigger. People don't want to work in stores. People don't want to just have to have their business, at their house and all this other stuff where they can just, they have to wait outside. Everything's going online. People are using technology. They're getting clever, and they want to just start stuff online. They can start a people are building a small Shopify store where they can sell their items, they can sell their goods, and Shopify, I think, is very undervalued right now. They're becoming like an Amazon, and I know Amazon Amazon sells everything, but Shopify, this is the go-to stock if you want to start a business. If you want to start a business, and this is a very, very popular stock that's only getting popular. It's only getting popular, guys, and as you can see the graph here, they're up for the past year. They're up 124% for that. That is just remarkable. That's remarkable to me. I know they had a Citron report some time back saying that they were a fraud, but and the stock did. The stock did. It did dip. I wish I would have gotten to that dip right there, but this thing is constantly just trending up, and they're right in the e-commerce game, and I love the e-commerce game right now. I actually took Lowe's out of my portfolio because I just believe in the e-commerce game so much. So Shopify is a great stock to tag along with Amazon there, and since I've been talking about how much the e-commerce game is getting bigger, we're going to talk about another e-commerce stock, or sort of a play into the e-commerce web space, which would be FedEx. FedEx. I know Amazon's been talking about starting their own delivery service, and they're cutting out UPS and FedEx. But when I think about all those government contracts that FedEx has, and the shipping and just being able to move around transportation and goods and all this other stuff, and they're adapting to I feel like they're adapting to the e-commerce game a little bit better than UPS, but FedEx has great growth. This is a great buy and hold stock, and even with Amazon, with the Amazon scare, I know when Amazon said they're going to start delivering their own their own goods, and FedEx took a wild dip right here. I think it dipped some $30 or something like that. But I tried to get into this dip because I believe FedEx is not going anywhere. There are other plays. E-commerce is getting bigger, where it's not just Amazon. Everybody's getting hip to it. Everybody's getting hip to just ordering stuff online, ordering stuff on your computer, and it'll be sitting right on your porch or in your mailbox the next day. FedEx is a great stock, and I know UPS is cheaper, but I just believe in FedEx growth right now. I know there's a lot of talk about their debt, how much they owe other companies and all this other stuff, but I just think for the long term, this is a great growth stock. And these three stocks, Amazon, Shopify, and FedEx, are my e-commerce game. I just think that e-commerce right now is a solid investment for the near future. So I'm going to go on ahead and exit out. The Robinhood app has been really laggy since this last update, but I just want to quickly talk about Boeing. They have not been doing well. Boeing Airlines has not been doing well. They have really been tanking here thanks to the trading war news, and Boeing to me, I'm still up on this stock. I'm still up very, very well on this stock. And I said if it ever gets down to my average cost, I'll probably pick up a few more shares. But everybody's not going to stop flying on airplanes. Everybody's not going to stop, getting into aerospace and the defense of the country and all this sort of stuff that this administration wants. Boeing is a solid buy and hold stock. Even if it dips, you probably should just buy more of it because this stock is going nowhere. I know they've been down a lot since this past month, as you can tell from the graph here. The graph shows that this thing has been trending down, but I am still, at the end of the day, this is why you buy and hold. This is why you buy and hold, because as you can see, I'm still up a solid 15% on Boeing Airlines, and I have no problem holding on for the long term. And if it ever gets down to my average cost, I'm just going to pick up more shares. So next stock I'm going to talk about is Caterpillar. And Caterpillar, I talked about this in episode 2 about why I have Caterpillar in my portfolio. I know they're another industrial stock, but the thing with Caterpillar is that you just look at what's been going on in the world. We have an administration that wants to build the wall. They want to build houses. They want to, just build things. And this is the stock to do it. This is the go-to stock to do it. Caterpillar has those fantastic machines to move the infrastructure around, and they're into the oil scene and all this sort of stuff. They're an industrial stock. So, when you have an administration like this that stresses that, you can see why this stock kind of just shot up here for the year. They have really been on a tear for 2017, one of the best growth stocks of 2017, and then it kind of just been up and down towards the end here in 2018. But again, I bought this stock. I think I bought the stock at 158, and then I sold it. I sold it low. I took a loss and sold it low, and kept letting it kept trending down. And then I bought right back into it, and I moved some money into Amazon. But again, I knew Caterpillar would go back up, and right now I'm sitting here at a $17 gain, and this stock could keep on going up, and or it can go back down to my average cost. I might pick up some more shares, but again, great stock for the future. As long as this administration is the way it is, I'm going to continue to hold this stock. So I'm going to talk about Johnson & Johnson. Is a great healthcare stock, a blue chip dividend king. And I bought them. I traded out AbbVie and Pfizer from my episode 1, and I just bought a Johnson & Johnson stock because I think they were at a good buying point, and it did turn out to be a good move. I'm up 3% on them. Great earnings reports, solid dividend growth. Blue chip stock. This is a no-brainer. You just buy and hold it, and it'll pay you handsomely. So just running through this portfolio right quick. We're gonna quickly talk about McDonald's. If you bought McDonald's when I said to buy it in my stock watch video, you would probably be very up right now. I know I said to buy it somewhere when it was around here at this dip, but I didn't catch the absolute bottom, but I did get the McDonald's around 151. This was like Caterpillar. I had sold off my McDonald's shares, and I moved some shares into Amazon, but I bought it right back in when I kept letting this fall down, this stock go down, and then I bought back in, and this thing shot right back up. So I talked about this. People aren't going to stop eating Happy Meals. People aren't going to stop eating Big Macs. People are not going to. People are not going to stop drinking. Those mochas and those iced teas. This stock and McDonald's, they're improving their menu. They're improving their infrastructure. They're improving their platform. You could just walk in, and they want to have it set up to where you just walk in and you could just order stuff like an Amazon similar to Amazon and like Shopify. You just get on your phone, you can make an order, and then you put the order at that specific McDonald's, and then you can just pick up the food, and then boom, there you go. Or you can just walk in, and then you don't have to stand in like a line or something like that. They're trying to change it up. They're trying to change the game like that. They haven't had much success yet, but that's the way it's going, guys. That's the good way it's going. You're going to be able to walk in. You're going to get on a platform. You're going to just be pushing buttons. You're going to have your whole meal just planned out. You're going to push submit. They're going to fix it, and then in a minute later, you're going to get your food and you're just going to walk right out. And that's how it's going to go. And that's the reason why I love McDonald's. They're innovators. They want to keep improving their menu and their platform. So great stock. The next stock I want to talk about is Microsoft, and I just wanted a solid tech stock in my portfolio. I know that I look at Amazon and Shopify, even though they're considered tech stocks, they're not really considered like the bulk of a tech stock. And the great thing about Microsoft is you can jump in at any time. Microsoft doesn't dip too much. I know they had a little dip right here thanks to the correction, but everything dips. So I'm totally okay with jumping into Microsoft. And they pay a great dividend. They have great solid earnings reports, and so many businesses use Microsoft. And they have those office applications that even me, I use these office applications all the time at work. So Microsoft is a great stock. It's a great buy and hold long-term stock, and I've just been in and out of them. I actually bought this around like $70, just been in and out of them, just locking in profits along the way. And Microsoft, it's self-explanatory. Great stock. It's a really great stock. Quickly, want to talk about Pepsi here. Pepsi has not been doing well. They've been down for the week, but they're a solid consumer staple stock. If you need a consumer staple stock that that is really on a dip right now. I wouldn't say they're fairly undervalued, but you look at what they do. They have those they produce those snacks and all those drinks. I know Coca-Cola really has like a stranglehold on the drink scene, but I really do believe that Pepsi are focusing on the healthier side of drinks, the healthier drinks, and people are getting hit to that. People don't want to keep drinking these sodas and getting sick and putting all that sugar into their bodies. They want healthier drinks and healthier food, and they just want to live healthier. So Coca-Cola, yeah, they're focusing. They're trying to rebrand their name by getting into the healthier side of their sector of the drinks, to help creating healthier drinks and having those snacks as a secondary income. So this is a great buy and hold stock that pays really good dividends. I like them long term. The next stock I want to talk about is MasterCard, and MasterCard has really been trending up here. I know they've been down for the week, but I like MasterCard. I remember reading an article on Seeking Alpha, and they said that something about how MasterCard wasn't as overpriced as Visa. I kind of thought that was weird because Visa actually is a lot lower price than MasterCard. I think it's like around $124, but MasterCard is smooth. Look at this graph. Look at the graph. Look at the growth of this stock. And I know they don't pay much of a dividend, but who cares? When you have growth like this, it is phenomenal. This stock right here is the pinnacle of a buy and hold. MasterCard has done very well for my portfolio, and I plan to hold this until it hits probably like $200. And even then, I still might hold it because this is probably like a 5 to 10 year hold where this stock is going to give me an excellent return. MasterCard is a great stock, guys. You don't want to miss out on that one. The next stock I want to talk about is Verizon. And Verizon, I just put them in my portfolio. I know they don't grow much. They have better growth than AT&T. I know AT&T still grows too, but they are both AT&T and Verizon pay that excellent dividend. They have a great market cap, and I know AT&T has the better earnings reports. But I just believe that Verizon. I just wanted a telecommunications stock into my portfolio. It's nothing too big here. Nothing that really excites me about this stock. I just got it because I think they pay one of the best dividends on the market. So there is some growth here. I know it's better than AT&T, but again, I think for a telecommunications stock, I think AT&T and Verizon are solid picks. And I just went with Verizon. I could have picked AT&T, but that just takes care of that. The next stock I want to talk about is Next Era Energy, and they have been really on a tear as of late. I remember I bought this at I think I bought this at 153, and I've talked about how I thought this stock was like one of the better utility stocks on the market, and I didn't really know much about them. I know I didn't do as much of my research as I did with the other stocks that are, some of these other stocks are pretty apparent. You hear them all the time, but Next Era Energy, I didn't really hear about them much as being like one of the better utility stocks. I heard about Consolidated Edison, but this utility stock is just really fantastic. They pay a great dividend. They have great earnings reports except for that fourth quarter there, but that's fine. And this stock has been just trending up. This stock has been trending up, and it's going to be paying some great dividends. And this is a really underrated stock. I wouldn't say this stock is undervalued by any means, but I've been getting paid really well just by holding it, and just by I could probably do a little bit more research on what they actually work in. I know that I think I read an article where they're focusing on solar energy, which I think is going to be a big play down the road. I think solar energy is going to be a big play. Gas stations and all this other stuff, just stuff like how we use electricity in general is changing, and we're trying to make the world, the world a better place by shutting down these factories and all this other stuff. And we're going solar, guys. We're going solar. We have an abundance, an amount of energy from the sun, and we're putting up those panels, and we're using energy from the sun to power our machines. And it's a great stock. I love Next Era Energy. As you can see, they are growing. This is a great pick. And the last stock I want to talk about in my portfolio is J.P. Morgan Chase. I think this is one of the better banks to pick. I know Bank of America is another. All the banks are growing, and it's thanks to this administration. It's thanks to the tax reform. But J.P. Morgan Chase is one of the, if not one of the most popular banks in the world, and I got them on a great dip at $111. This is a great stock. If it gets anywhere near to my average cost, I'm going to pick up more. Great earnings reports. This is solid blue chip stock. This is a solid blue chip stock that's going to keep growing, and I think many people can agree that this stock may be a little bit undervalued for what it does. It's J.P. Morgan Chase is a popular bank. It's right up there with Goldman Sachs. It's right up there. Bank of America is still a popular bank, and I would even consider them fairly undervalued right now. But J.P. Morgan Chase is one of the better banks in the world. This is cannot miss stock. And it's better to hurry up and try to jump in now before this stock gets close to like around $150. I truly believe they could if the growth keeps continuing the way it's going. So that's going to do it for my Robinhood portfolio. I added some stocks. I would say that right now I'm really high on the e-commerce game, just buying stuff online, not having to wait in a store, not having to wait in a Walmart and picking things off shelves when everything is just available to you at your fingertips and inside of your home. You can just buy it. You can just you'll have Amazon Prime, and then the next day it's right on your doorstep. This saves you time. This saves you gas. This saves you. It's just convenient, guys. It's so convenient, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do like jump in your car and waste gas to go into a Walmart and have to stand in line. And I just kind of just made my portfolio to focus on that e-commerce game. And there's something I want to talk about on my watch list is Activision. I'm a big fan of esports, and I see that esports is growing, and they have all these players now in the esports. And it's funny because some people might say, oh well, these players, they're just video game players that like to play their favorite video games. Well, esports is getting bigger. Esports is getting bigger, and these players are now being recognized as athletes, guys. They're getting recognized as athletes. They're being paid to professionally play games. It's getting that big, and I know I have them in my watch list because I'm going to buy a few shares. They have been really on a downward trend here. There's been a lot of profit taking with Activision Blizzard, but again, they are right in the heart of that esports game, and I just believe in esports. I follow esports. I research esports. I know there's a lot of good companies in there, like Echo Fox. I think Echo Fox is one of my favorite esports companies, but I think there was another one. I can't remember her name, but Echo Fox is one of them, I think. And Activision Blizzard. I know they're down right now, and this is a perfect time to buy them and get in on the esports game. So that's what I really want to do. And this will pretty much wrap up my Robinhood portfolio. I think right now I'm around 13 stocks. I know I said I don't want to go past 15 stocks because that's really my limit as far as like having a solid portfolio that's not so much too diversified, but just having the right balance of stocks. I don't want to go past 15 stocks and just overload my return to where I'm breaking even most of the time. I want to kind of just have the right balance of stocks, and hopefully with the way I'm setting up this portfolio, I think that this is a good call here. Just get 15 stocks, focus on what's getting bigger, what's going to be trending in the future, and I might be taking a look at some stocks like Facebook. I might be taking a look at some Netflix a little bit, just see where those stocks are going. But right now, I think the e-commerce game is leading the charge, and that's what I want my Robinhood portfolio to focus on. So that's going to do it, guys, and I'll see you then.